Basement, level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the truth. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata, Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cop. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data. I have.
You could probably, on the maritime area, give Venezuela a channel out to the sea. So you make a slight concession in the maritime area.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
Hey fans, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton. Dance to the magical songs of yesteryear by popular DJs and Camps Audio. Admission is free. Come out, let's make memories at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton North.
All right, let's get ready to rock and roll and 107.1 FM. It's just 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know whether the time is different from where you are, but my clock is saying 9 o'clock on the dot. And good night. Let's get ready to rock and roll right here on 107.1 FM. Whatever it is that you guys want us to talk about, um, we are willing and ready to rock and roll on this beautiful Friday evening. Leslyn Hamilton, I don't know what watch you have on or what clock you have, but my clock is saying 1 minute after 9 o'clock, so I am not late this evening at all. I am just not late. So nobody's going to give me no warning sign and no whatever it is. Rajan Bim, I don't know what watch you have, but you guys need a new watch, a new clock, or something as that. But my clock is saying 2 minutes after 9 o'clock. Good night and welcome to Straight Up. We are starting on time right here on 107.1 FM. So there's no lateness, there's nothing. We're punctual. We can argue this, but not at the CCJ, because the CCJ is, of course, the Caribbean Court of Justice. It is as corrupt as it can be. And I'm hoping that once we have a change of government next elections, that's by 2025, Guyana will remove itself from the CCJ. The CCJ doesn't serve Guyana any purpose at all. And of all the CARICOM countries, guess what? Just a couple of them, just a handful of them are part of the CCJ. The CCJ headquarters is right there in Trinidad and Tobago. It's in Trinidad, but guess what? Trinidad is not even signed on to the CCJ. And they have more Trinidadian justices on the CCJ as any other. Come on. Guyana has got to pull itself out of the CCJ. And anyone who is running for president for the opposition, whoever the presidential candidate is, I want that to be a top priority, that the CCJ has got to go. Quickly, before you see my face, I know a lot of you are longing for that, but how many of you believe that the CCJ, that Guyana should remove itself from the CCJ and that the CCJ is a waste of time? Erwin Don Cook says, yes, the CCJ is corrupt. The CCJ is corrupt. It doesn't serve Guyanese any purpose, none whatsoever. They are too pro PPP, and you never know. You never know. It could be that they are just basically in the pockets of the PPP. It could be that they are in the pockets of the PPP. That's it. That's why they are corrupt. I don't trust the CCJ. They're not giving any sort of justice. It's a waste of taxpayers' money, and they've just got to go. Thank you, Clyde McPherson. They've got to go. Got to go. All right, I'm reading your comment. I'm reading your comments. The CCJ has got to go. Guyana has to pull itself out. That's all. Guyana has got to pull itself out. It's got to go. And whoever the presidential candidate of the coalition, whether there's a coalition, whatever it is, but in the opposition, whoever the presidential candidate is, has to promise that they've got to go. The CCJ has to go. Story done. Let me drink my Coca-Cola, and I'll be on with you guys in just about 30 seconds. All right, good to go. All right, so this car here, let me see if any one of you know about car. Any one of you, do you guys know about cars? What sort of car this is? I know you guys want to deal with other more important things than car, right? And some of you might be asking, what the heck is Ben Shop up to? What car? But in Guyana, y'all don't say car, right? Y'all say kiar. Kiar. What sort of kiar is this? Rajan Bim, what sort of kiar is this? Ingrid and others, What sort of car is this? Beverly Crandon Hudson. What sort of car is this? Wow. Got some bright people. Somebody said RR. RR. I wonder, oh, they saw this. They saw this sign. They saw this sign. They know. RR. RR. Clyde McPherson said Mercedes Benz. Oh my God. Where McPherson grew up, man. He got to be from Buxton. Or either Buxton or Ituni. But Mercedes Benz. Another one, who's a Chrysler? Never trust son of man, King James. Says Chrysler. Another one said Rolls-Royce. What kind of thing is this here, man? Who's Wanda? Let's see here for a minute. Wanda got my attention here. Wanda said Rolls-Royce. Oh, Father. I don't want you guys to see my face. Somebody said Rolls-Royce. Hey, y'all gotta laugh, Wanda. Seriously. That is what we do here. Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce. Wonder what sort of car is Rolls-Royce? Somebody said, what Buxton people do you buy? Is sheer views out here tonight. Sheer views out here tonight. Good night to all the, well, not necessarily all the Buxtonians, because some of them I don't really care to say good night to, but majority of Buxtonians, good night. Somebody said Rolls-Royce. Oh, this guys. Sorry about that, guys. Rolls-Royce. Where Wanda she gone? Oh, poor Wanda. Don't go nowhere, man. It's Friday night. Friday night. And Golly God come out from nowhere out in the slips, asking y'all if y'all share the broadcast. Well, we got to Golly God, whoever Golly God is got to get paid, man. We got to give Golly God some sort of payment. Golly God don't make joke. Y'all share it. All right, so this is a Rolls-Royce, yes, but as Brenda says, not Brenda, Wanda said Rolls-Royce, so Rolls-Royce, sorry, Wanda. So this is a Rolls-Royce, yes. Let's get straight into what this is all about. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. This is it. It's a Rolls-Royce, right? Rolls-Royce. Wanda, I know what you meant. We're not laughing at you. We are with you. We are with you. So if you guys can read what's on the screen, then we can take it from there. All right. It says it's 1924 Rolls-Royce, right? Some Goshawk car, which was presented to the Port Morant Trading Center by some Mr. R.E. Napper, who was an electrical engineer of New Amsterdam, as a memorial to Mr. Wilfred Thomas Swingler, the late engineer of Port Morant Estate. All right, so what is happening here now that this car has been there at the Port Morant, that training center at Port Morant, right? So this car, this Rolls-Royce, was there since 1926. So do the counting there. Since 1926, we are in 2024. Do the math. And so they are removing this Rolls-Royce. They are removing it. And guess who wants it? We heard that Irfan Ali and Jack Dale are fighting for this car. They are fighting for this car that belongs to the Port Morant Training School. Port Morant Training School. Rhonda Lane, thank you, 98. I'm not asking you your age, Rhonda. But of course, from 1926 to 2024, 4 and 2 is what? 6, right? 4 and 2 is 6. 4 and 2 is 6. But y'all got 98, right? But of course, it's 98 years old. It's two years shy of a century. So the PPP wants to take this car. The Irfan Ali wants this car. Jack Dale wants this car. I think there are only just a couple of these Rolls-Royce remaining. Maybe 2 or 3, not more than 5 in the world. Not more than 5 in the world, or probably way less than that. Guyana has 1. And Irfan Ali and Jack Deere are said to be fighting for this Rolls-Royce. They want it. And so they are in the process, or if they haven't already, removed it. It's not going into any museum. They don't want that. They want to drive around Georgetown with it. And so Irfan Ali and Jack Deere are fighting for this car right now, this Rolls-Royce. I think somebody said maybe the remaining 2 throughout the world. And Guyana has 1. This cost a heck of a lot of money. And Jack Deere and Irfan, they have to say something as to why they have removed this car out of the Port Moran Training Center. It has been there for all those years, almost 98 years, and they want it. They want it for themselves. That's what's going on. That's what Leon Schwartz, yeah, I know, we all want the best, but they don't care. The PPP, they're not patriotic. These guys, Irfan Ali and Jack Deere, they're not patriotic. They're gangsters. They're hooligans. They're hoodlums. I have more respect for guys in Tiger Bay and Plaisance now that Wayne Caesar joined us. Been missing in action, but he joined us now. Good night to you, Wayne Caesar. Hope you have a packed program for tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It's over to you with Brother Wayne Caesar. Over to you. And so this car, they want it. No one in government should be allowed to do these sort of things that the PPP is doing and are getting away with it. And nobody wants a protest. Nobody wants to say anything, hardly. Hardly want to say anything. Janet O'Neill, they're worse than flatfoot hustlers. Worse than flatfoot. So we've got to keep an eye on this car. It should not, and this is where someone in the opposition, or not necessarily in the opposition, but then again, you know, civil society doesn't really exist that much any longer. But someone should file an injunction. There we go. Neil Diamond Star just took the word right out of my mouth. Someone should file an injunction preventing Irfan Ali from taking this car, or Jack Deere from taking this car. It was gifted to the Port Moran Training Center, Trading School. And it should remain right there. It doesn't belong to any political person, any so-called president or whatsoever. Thieves, thieves, thieves. And these are the Pakus who love to call people criminal. Every week almost, Jack Deere said Burke is a criminal. Who could be more criminal than these guys? Irfan, Jack Deere, all of them. Irfan should tell us why the Canadians him from going to Canada. That's what he should tell us. Whether he's under investigation for money laundering or whatever, they should tell us. Or maybe their good friend Selwin Peters, since he is in Canada, should tell us why the Canadians, sorry, Sally, I'm not picking on you, but why the Canadians prevented Irfan Ali from going to Canada. And don't tell me that, oh, he was in Canada the other day. He's now a head of state, and basically he's allowed to do that. But I'm almost certain that if he stops being head of state tomorrow, or when he stops being head of state in 2025, it's back to the same thing. No visa for him to go to Canada. He possibly wouldn't have any visa to go to America, or even, well, the UK doesn't require visa because any Paku going to, and when I say any Paku, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know Bird Nest, right? Any Paku going to any Paku. Now, this is what Selwin Peters is saying. They prevented him because of the 19 fake fraud. You see? Y'all see? Now them man is skinning up themselves. Selwin Peters is skinning up himself. We seeing exactly, oh, mouth open story jump out. Them by showing their true colors now by. Yes, they're showing their true colors. Yeah, look, Selwin Peters, look what he's saying. Selwin Peters is a lawyer, but yet he has concluded there was not an opportunity to present these 19 fraud charges to the court. Because Irfan Ali, as soon as they were installed, because Selwin Peters was running around, elections rigged if you see Selwin, right? And then after they were installed, there wasn't no free and fair elections that the PPP won, Selwin. Let me just bring that to your attention. And as a lawyer, you ought to know better than this, unless you were representing Irfan Ali, and unless you know the truth behind this. But 19 fraud charges, there were evidence presented. But because Irfan Ali, they were so afraid, they ran from court to court to prevent the evidence. Come on, you're a lawyer, Selwin. You're a lawyer. You should know better than that, than to hop on social media, hop on a show and say they prevented him because of the 19 fake fraud charges. Come on, Selwin. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you embarrass yourself like this? You're a lawyer. Now, if they ran to prevent the charges from being taken to the court, they jumped from court to court to court to court, Selwin Peters. Court to court to court to stop it. And so the DPP withdrew all of the charges. They didn't want it to go to the court. Why you think they didn't want it to go to the court, Selwin? Why, Selly? Why? You think they didn't want it to go to the court? Because they were afraid. And as a lawyer, you should not be saying fake fraud charge, and you don't even know what evidence was there to present to the court, but yet you conclude that it's fake charges. Now, you're being political here. You're being very political and mischievously as well. So you jump on the side of the PPP and, oh, fake charge. You must be singing for something. I know it's supper time. You must be singing for something. Keep on singing. They're going to make you a judge. Keep on singing. Sometimes I can't believe certain things that I read. I just can't believe it. I don't know whether to continue the program or not. Should I continue? Because I can't believe some folks. I honestly. But I'm glad that Selwin Peters is showing his true colors. Mouth open, story jump out. And so here what Selwin is going to do. He's going to rush now. I bet you he's going down there by the PNC Congress, right? He's going to be there and he's going to take a selfie and he's going to show that he's there. Now, there's how them guys trying to play this game, you know. They think Selwin Peters and guys, they think we are Paku. They think we Pakus. I bet if you ask him a question, whether he believes that the 2020 elections were rigged and that the PPP rigged the elections in order to be there. Tell us that. We see these guys are not consistent, man. They, anyways, y'all already see the man already show his true colors. Y'all know what's going on. Don't be fooled. Y'all know what's going on. Like Brother Bob Marley said, don't let them fool ya. Look at Selwin Peters right now and said, you're not fooling us. Oh, no. Or even try to school us. Oh, no. We don't peep your card, boy. We don't peep your card. All right, let's move on. Selwin just got his 13 minutes of fame. 13 minutes of fame. 13 minutes of fame. All right, So what else we can talk about right now? This is what I want. This is what I want to talk about. Look, this is another thing that I want to talk about. But before we touch on this, don't let people confuse your minds, guys. A lot of them are actually sitting eating the king's meat, and they're trying to pretend as though they're on your side, when in fact they're not on your side. We know what they're doing. We know what they're about. So don't let them fool you. So hear what Jack Dale is saying here now. Jack Dale is saying that permanent secretaries can belong to political parties. Now this goon, this quack, Jack Dale, believes that he can tell people that that permanent secretaries can belong to political parties. Whoever said that permanent secretaries cannot belong to political parties? Whoever said that? No one has said that. Absolutely no one. Has anyone said that? Have you guys heard anybody saying that? No. Permanent secretaries have always, for the most part, they belong to a political party. They belong to a political party. Everybody knows that. It's no secret. However, the problem is, though, is when permanent secretaries publicly display their allegiance to a political party. But they have a right to quietly support a party. But if you're a permanent secretary, you cannot be attending a PPP's Congress. Neither can you attend a PNC's Congress. Or the AFC get a thing coming up in June too. You cannot publicly do that because that's against your contract. And this numbskull, this Katahar, this Nimakaram Jack Dale doesn't know that. And so there were two permanent secretaries who were seen at the PPP's Congress. And so, of course, that should not be the case at all. Because if that's the case, it is sufficient grounds for that person to be removed as permanent secretary. You notice Priya Manikchan had an excuse. Oh, the person came down, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education was there at the Congress, but guess what she was there for? To take some notes and to, just because the delegates, some of them came all the way from the interior. And so it was easier for the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education to be right there at the Arthur Chung Convention Center that taxpayers paid for PPP's Congress. The taxpayers of Guyana paid for that. And so all sort of Jim Cock bring Ramgoat story. Excuses for everything. The PPP has no shame. Absolutely no shame at all. None whatsoever. They're running Guyana worse than a cake shop. And I know people who ran cake shops, and trust me, they did a far better job than these pacus in office. So take a look at Jack Dale here. Not this person is not Jack Dale, even though Jack Dale can pass. But Jack Dale has said, again, permanent secretaries can belong to a political party. Yeah, as though we don't already know that. But they cannot attend political functions, such as the PPP's Congress. Let us look when the PNC, when they have their Congress on the 28th of June, 2024. And the 28th of June, 2024 is before August 31st, 2024. So now, bam, they rang the bell. The PNC has its Congress coming up next month. The PNC has its Congress coming up next month. Let us see if any permanent secretary, any one of them, is going to be at the PNC's Congress. Let us see. Oh, but let's just say now, if two permanent secretaries had attended the PNCR's Congress, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think the PPP Pakus at Freedom House would say? What do you think? They will catch a fit. But yet it is acceptable, and all sort of silly excuses by Jacko, that idiotic individual whose name is Jacko, Jack Dio. Now, the other thing I want to deal with, one other thing, look, well, some other things. Take a look at this. Today's supposed to be Dharamlal birthday. Today, birthday, born today. A picture with Jack Dio and everything. And this is Jack Dio again. The guy who likes us, who can't pronounce the word criminal. You got to tell people why he doesn't come to the U.S. Why? Why a lot of them don't either. They just don't want to come to the United States, or they just can't come. Maybe they got some of them got their visas revoked. Just like senior members of the Guyana Police Force have had their visas revoked. They got to say, why is it that some of them do not come to the United States? When was the last time you guys saw Barra Jagdeo in the U.S.? When was the last time you guys saw Jagdeo in the U.S.? You've got to ask yourself this question. Why doesn't Jagdeo come to the U.S.? He hardly leaves Guyana. And you got to ask yourself this question again. He takes his time to go to the Middle East. He may go to China because he feels that he's safer there. But why Jagdeo doesn't feel safe in the U.S.? Again, I'm asking this question, guys. Why doesn't we know why Critic, or whatever the idiot's name is, we already know why he cannot come to the U.S. because his visas, they keep turning him down. He applied quite a few times. They turned him down quite a few times. And maybe we all know why. Maybe he knows why, that he doesn't want to say why. Who knows? Again, who knows? But we know Critic cannot come to the U.S. But what we also know is Jagdeo used to come to the U.S., but he stopped. And a lot of people are now asking this question. Why Jagdeo doesn't come to the U.S.? And so I'm asking this question here publicly. Is he barred from coming to the U.S.? Has his visa been revoked? Because he doesn't have any special privileges, none whatsoever. He is not a head of state. And so if, for example, he travels to the U.S. and they have a warrant out for him, like they have warrants out for a lot of folks there in Guyana, some so-called businessmen and so forth, lots of warrants. So I don't know if they have a warrant for Barra Jagdeo. I don't know if he is wanted. I don't know. But all I know is that he doesn't come to the U.S. He doesn't go in Brooklyn and clap roti. Or he doesn't go and sit down and talk nonsense, whether it's at the Hills or wherever. And let me say congrats to the people of Brooklyn for the boycott, because it continues. The boycott continues. But we don't see him at all. Jagdeo, can you step out to say whether they have revoked your visa? Or why are you afraid to come to the U.S.? And then they love to talk all sorts of things. Can they say how many senior officials, including ministers of the government, the so-called government, can they say how many of them have had their visas revoked? And now I'm just asking a simple question. That's all I'm asking. I'm not suggesting anything else, mind you. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm asking. How many ministers, if at all any, have had their US visas revoked and cannot travel to the United States of America? That's all I'm asking. And whether Jack Deere is included. And if Jack Deere is not included in any such revocation, then the question is, why Jack Deere doesn't come to the US? If they get seed more than Biden, Jack Deere should take a visit to the US. We know the people in Queens don't want to see him. Majority of the people in Queens do not want to see him. And let us see any of the enablers in Brooklyn who took Irfan Ali to Brooklyn. Let's see if they get seed more than Biden to take any one of these oppressors to Brooklyn again. Whether it's Mark Phillips, whether it's Irfan Ali, let us see if any one of those enablers in Brooklyn got seed more than Biden, including my pastor friend. Let's see if they get seed more than Biden. I want to see. You guys think they get seed more than Biden? Let's see if they take any one of these oppressors back to Brooklyn or to New Jersey or to Atlanta. We are watching them, all of us. And the minute they do that, boom, boycotted. The boycott is going to extend. We do not want these oppressors in our communities. Story done. And I hope the enablers got a message, sound and clear. Now it's not time for skin teeth. But now let us go to this here now. Marla Alicott, I doubt that they want to invite those oppressors. And I dare those businesses who invited Irfan in their place of business, whether to clap roti or to sit and drink and talk stupidness. I dare them. Let them do it again. Let them do it again. Okay, so here's this headline. Dharam Lal allegation. This is what Jack Deere says. Police investigation must be done without interference. This deserves this. This Looney Tune, this guy Jack Deere is a mental case. He's a madman. He's got to be a madman. And, you know, not the type of folks that we know that are at the Berbice Psychiatric Institution. And those folks do not behave like this madman, Barra Jack Deere. They just do not. But look at this madman. Madman Jack Deere, here again saying, Dharam Lal's allegation, police investigation must be done without interference. And every single time there is an arrest of a political opponent, guess what? Them guys at CID headquarters, they're getting calls from ministers, and ministers, they get calls from ministers and all manner of things to interfere with the investigation. But now this crapo, Jack Deere, wants us to believe, maybe not, I mean, there's only one person in the audience who will believe Jack Deere and Irfan right now, and y'all know is Hussein. He's the only person that going to believe these pakus right now. And so Jack Deere wants us to believe that the police should do their job without any without any interference. Come on, give me a major break, Jack Deere. Why don't you shut? The other thing, since Jack Deere is so concerned about this guy, Dharam Lal, is a member of the CEC, the Central Executive Committee of the PPP. Why not have him removed from that position pending the outcome of the investigation? And I dare you, Jack Deere or Irfan Ali, if y'all get seed more than Biden, or if y'all believe in transparency, decency, if y'all get even a 0.5% of decency left in y'all out of the 1% y'all had, I bet y'all wouldn't remove him as a member of the Central Executive and put the person that came up with the most votes, but shy maybe 1 or 2 votes to become a member. Remove Dharamlal as member of the Central Executive and put the other person that's right in line for that position. I bet you they wouldn't do that. I bet all you, as a Trinidadian, bet all you they wouldn't do that. Because they might have, and while Jack Dave is talking about without police interference, shut up. We all know better than that. Why not talk to the DPP like that too? Because a lot of cases have, according to public's perception, have been manipulated. And do you think the political police, don't you think they already know how they want this outcome to be? Don't you think they know that? Why do you think they sent him home? They had him sitting there on his phone, he talking, he did. He wasn't treated like how they would treat a political opponent. Roxanne Myers and a female Roxanne Myers spent 3 nights in the lockups for stupidness. But this guy allegedly raped a woman, and you let him go after a couple hours on 2,000 and 2,500 Guyana or US dollars bail. Oh, you can go. But Roxanne Myers and others, you allowed Jack Dale and the others in the PPP through their political rhetorics, caused the police to lock this woman up for 3 nights. 3 nights. They handcuffed her. All sorts of things they did to persecute this woman on silly allegations, trumped up allegations. And I want Selly, y'all call it Selly. I want Selly to say that these charges are fraudulent, fake charge. I bet you, Selwin Peters, just like he said Irfan Ali, 19 fraud charges or fake fraud charges, I want him to say that these charges level against these 3 persons here, Mr. Lowenfield, Roxanne Myers, and Mingo, I want him to say that these charges are fake. Let's see. Going once, Selly. Going twice, Selly. Thrice, Selly. How many of y'all think that Selwin Peters is going to say that these charges are fake? Fake charges. Fake charges. Come on, Selly. Selly? Come on, Selly. Say that these charges are fake. Where are you, Selwin Peters? Where are thou? Come on. Say that these charges are fake charges. We're waiting for you right now. We ain't doing nothing with the show. I want attorney at law, Selwin Peters, to say that these charges brought against these individuals are fake charges. And look. Selly come. Selly said, there are, it's THEY, they are before the courts. Let the courts decide. Oh, now let the courts decide. But Irfan Ali ran from allowing the courts to decide, but you, Selwin Peters, concluded that the charges are fraud or were fraud. You said fake. Fake charges, right? Fake charges. But you were brave enough to say fake charges, but I bet you last $10 that you get to your pocket that you dare not say that these charges are politically instigated and that these people are being persecuted. You wouldn't say that. You can't say it. You ain't got seed more than Baigan. You don't have seed more than Baigan. You can't say it. You're afraid to say it because you know what will happen if you say it. Say it. Come on, Sally. Say it right now. Say that these charges are wrong and they're fraudulent and these people should never have been charged. Don't jump and hide that, oh, it's before the court and you can't mention it. Of course you can mention it. You can have an opinion. You're a lawyer. You should know better than that. Don't try to hoodwink us. Don't think that we are stupid people. Don't think that we all went to the University of IFLAT. How dare you? How dare you, Selwin Peters? How dare you insult our intelligence? How dare you? Come on, say it. Sally? Sally? Sell? Say it. The truth is, you cannot say it. You're afraid to say it. Now, let me give you an easy thing, Sally. Condemn we testing you out here now, Selwin. You see, Selwin is saying he was there and he saw them in action. So right away, he's prejudiced. He has taken a position without the facts being brought and the circumstances, and he's supposed to be a lawyer. I wish I was a lawyer. I would have chewed this guy up in court. You think these guys could have beat me in court? I'm not even a lawyer and they can't even beat me in a courtroom. I bet my last $5 he can never beat me in a courtroom. God, please hurry up and let me become a lawyer. Officially. Let me become a lawyer. Let me manage some of these guys, man. Serious. Let me manage some of them. Gosh. Holy smoke. Let me hurry up, man. Hurry up. Some of my books. Let me hurry up, man. Let me hurry up. Let me manage some of these guys. You think I'll let Selwin Peters beat me in a courtroom any day? Never. Sally, never. Not me. But I bet you he wouldn't condemn this cartoon. Back to Sally again. I bet y'all he would never condemn this cartoon. Let me throw back and wait. Y'all wait. Well, y'all get anything? Y'all get anything to lose? Y'all think he gonna condemn this cartoon, Selwin? Condemn this cartoon. And then we will move on with more programs. This is a cartoon by the Stabrook News depicting a young black child with a big gun in his hand and put crime, future of Guyana. Condemn this cartoon, Selwin. Selwin ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all watch story here. He dancing, he whining, he gonna do all sorts of things. He gonna flick, he gonna all sorts of things. He gonna whine his way out of everything because he would dare not condemn this cartoon. And he's supposed, Selwin said he's a human rights lawyer. This is a human rights violation. This is depicting a young Guyanese of African descent as a criminal. I bet he wouldn't do it. I bet he wouldn't condemn it. I bet you my last $9 that Sally would never do it. Because he want to ruffle feathers with them PPP guys now, you know. He want to do that. He never condemned this here. I bet y'all he wouldn't condemn it. No, he wouldn't. He ain't going to condemn it. He's not going to condemn it. He's not. I bet y'all he has nothing to say about Dharamlal. Nothing. Where's Sally? Sally, say something now. Say something about Dharamlal's case. What you think? What do you think? You see, he can't. They can't. No, it's just Peggy Elias is pointing out the hypocrisy. And we got to point out the hypocrisy. We can't let people keep fooling us. We can't let people fool us. Now the man say he's neutral, impartial, and independent. I don't know why y'all just see me how I laugh like I report Brand Market. The man say he's neutral, he's independent. Give me a major break. Give me a major break. The Brogdon people house, I bet you he would be neutral and he would be independent here too. The Brogdon people house, he can be neutral and he can be independent. Right? He can be neutral and independent. Look, $25 million US missing and allegedly paid to one guy named Larry Singh for arms and ammunition that never received while this guy was chief of staff. I bet you they wouldn't have. All of them will say that they're neutral and they're independent. They may get one thing to say. They may get one thing to say. But you let the opposition do something. You let anybody in the opposition, they get a big something to say about it. Give me a break, but neutral and independent and all that. All right, let's see what is Paku saying here now. Y'all know recently the Trinidad government decided that they're not going to accept DDL milk. Maybe the DDL milk, maybe bad labeling, I don't know what. But it's always good to go through the right channel so that these matters can be resolved in a respectful manner. But this goon, this Paku, Jack Dale, doesn't have any decency in him, none whatsoever. Everything for sorry guys, everything for him is a cuss out, abuse out. Put on a nice hot bingo bag, or the string of a bingo bag, and abuse out, cuss out. This is what he's saying, or the thing is saying. We will deal with their goods the same way. He's not looking to have this matter resolved, you know. He's not looking for whoever is the person that is responsible for overseeing this thing to meet with the counterpart in Trinidad and Tobago to have this matter resolved properly. Instead, what this goat is saying is that we will deal with their goods the same way they deal with we goods. And this is the sort of Paku you have there. Why should it be a tit for tat before you get to the bottom? Well, of course, we know he has a history of getting to the bottom. Get to the bottom. Get to the bottom of this situation. But no, he feels that he's a tough girl. He's a tough gal. And so we will deal with their goods the same way they did. Get the hell out of here, man. This guy is just, and you're correct, Yuli North, just a petit Paku. That is what he is. A petit Paku. He is a Paku and a petit Paku. Next subject matter that we can deal with here. Take a look at the headline. Tell me what you see. You know, like there's a reggae song. Look into my eyes, tell me what you see. Well, look at this here and tell me what you see. And let me hear what's going through your minds right now as you see this headline. And the headline says, difficult to get workers for sugar industry. Irfan Ali is saying it is difficult. It is difficult to get workers for the sugar industry. Y'all see what's going on? They think that Guyanese are Pakus, right? Bim, where are you, man? Rajan? They think that Guyanese are Pakus. Listen to what this guy is saying. Difficult to get workers for sugar industry. So in other words, they don't have workers. Nobody now want cut cane. They don't want cut cane. Wayne Caesar comes straight to the front of the class, my friend. Straight to the front of the class. Wayne Archer, all the Waynes are the brightest set of people tonight. The brightest set of people tonight are Waynes. Their names begin with W. Their first name begin with W. Those whose first name begin with S, yeah. Please leave you alone. But come to the front of the class, guys. Look at this headline, difficult to get workers. And these are the same people who said, this Paku Irfan, who said that 50,000 jobs created. But now, days later, he's coming to say them man don't want to work a sugar estate no more. Isn't that what the coalition government did? Is that what President Granger and others were saying about the sugar industry, that the sugar workers got to phase out into other industries and other types of jobs and so forth, because sugar is dead. The sugar industry is dead. But the corrupt PPP, they keep using it as a milking cow. You know, like how you're milking cow? That is how they're using it, as a milking cow. With the billions and billions of dollars into the sugar industry, it doesn't go to the workers. And the ordinary sugar workers, may get some good friends and thing. Hardware from Alice and a bunch of others. I think Hardware stopped cut cane. Hardware and I went to primary school and all together. Hardware said, Mark, me can't cut cane no more, boy. Me can't cut cane no more. He said, then I give work. So if the PPP regime laid off thousands of sugar workers, and then they like jump up and holler about coalition sent home 7,000. No. Coalition gave the industry billions of dollars, give sugar workers house lots, sent the sugar workers' children to school and other children free of cost. That is what the coalition did. The coalition treated sugar workers as they should be treated. Human beings, decent human beings. It's not easy for cut cane, you know. Ask Mr. Park, Horny Park. Ask Horny, that's why, Herni. Ask Horny Park. And those of you guys from the quarantine, and I've spent my young years on the quarantine, I didn't know sugar workers used to go nice and clean and walk. And by the time they come home in the afternoon with the sugar cut, the sugar trucks, the skin dirty. That's because of their hard work and sacrifices. But the PPP regime have been using, the PPP officials, Jack Dave and all of them, they've been using the sugar workers as if they are indentured servants of the PPP. That is what the PPP have been doing with the sugar workers for all those years. They believe they own the sugar workers. But when Jack Dave and them went to sell them and stole taxpayers' money, wasted taxpayers' money, $200 million on a white elephant that was supposed to have done some sort of thing for the community. Sugar workers haven't forgotten that. Sugar workers don't forget how they're being ill-treated by the PPP regime. The PPP regime doesn't care about sugar workers. Look at what happened recently. Irfan put his friend from across the river. They live not far from each other. They must go to school together. A guy by the name of Chong. Chong was the chairman, I believe, of Guy Oil. Massive corruption at Guy Oil. And what happened? Was it swept under the rug? Y'all know it's the same allegations of the massive corruption that led to a guy named Akani Blair being sent packing. They sent him packing. And now he is supposed to be a foreman for a school that should have been built over 2 years ago, finished. But it is still going on, hundreds of millions of taxpayers' money. And that's what they do with these culprits. They ship them around with no proper investigations. None whatsoever. And so this guy Chung, they took him now and they placed him as CEO of Gaisuko. CEO of Gaisuko, the milking cow for the PPP. Billions upon billions of dollars. And look who they put there. Look who they put at Gaisuko. Y'all think Gaisuko gonna get better? The guy doesn't even know how to run a cake shop. But it's just money for the boys. They had a guy who's a low-level accountant whose only probably job that makes sense, he worked at H&R Block, supposedly as a low-level accountant. Seth Narayan. They put Seth Narayan for almost or over 4 years as the acting CEO. They never confirmed him, have they? Why haven't they confirmed him? He's been there for over 4 years. He claims to be the turnaround expert and that he has what it takes to turn Gaisuko around. Well, this is what he did. You know what? He turned Gaisuko around. And you know what happened there, right? For 4 years, that's what he has been doing at Gaisuko. They became the fat cats, the new fat cats on the block. And after messing Gaisuko up, there's no improvement in Gaisuko. Guess what? They put him as an ambassador now to the EU. Ambassador. He's an ambassador now. A set of Pakus they're sending now as ambassador. Ambassadorship turned a joke under the PPP. Because if they could make guys like Gadraj ambassador to India, High Commissioner to India, they take the other guy, Charandas, ambassador. Now Seth Narayan, ambassador. Ramsamy, ambassador. Gosh, I pray. We got to pray for our country, man. We really do have to pray for our country. Then this is the guy they put there now as, this is Paul Chung. This is what Paul Chung said, 2024, kind of like the same tune. Maybe he and Selly were holding hands and singing the same dotish tune back in 2020. Paul Chung, who is now the new CEO of Gaisuku, and watch, they're going to confirm him. They never confirmed Sister Rising as far as I'm aware, but they're going to confirm this Pakui. This is what he said on 24th of July 2020. The PNC cabal, when will you guys come clean to this nation? Fraud is fraud. Let's speak about Mingo, verified fraud, or shut up. Oh, he's singing for his supper. But I want to say to Paul Chung and guys like Paul Chung and guys like Selwin Peters and some other Pakus, there is no evidence. And if in fact, as they have claimed, that the coalition's SOPs, and they were boasting and bragging, oh, show me your SOPs, show me your SOPs. That's all they were ranting. And as soon as they got installed, guess what? No more of that song, no more SOPs. They weren't concerned about an election petition anytime after they were installed. But before that, they wanted SOPs, they wanted elections petition, all kind of things they wanted. All kind of things, all sort of things they wanted. Show me your SOPs. All of them singing, show me your SOPs. Show me your SOPs. And the way they were singing it, they would get you, even some of you guys who knew that it was the PPP that rigged the elections. The way in which that they were so aggressive in asking for the SOPs of the coalition, it makes you start think, you say, "Bye, what really happened there, bye?" And you turn a little Selwin Peters, you might jump up and say, man, because he was there, he saw firsthand what Mingo and Lowenfield and Myers, he saw with his own big eyes. Selwin Peters saw. Well, Selwin got to go in the court and say exactly what he saw. And from the angle where he was he able to saw? Right? These guys are something. He saw, right? But yet it's the same PPP. They do not want the elections petitions to be heard. They do not want the elections petitions to be heard. And this is the question I wish to ask. The $1 million question. If according to the PPP, that the coalition did what they did, why are they so afraid for the coalition's SOPs to be open up? Open it. Open it. Open it. Selwin Peters, let me just state here. There is nowhere in my conversation or discussion tonight that I alluded to anything that would suggest that Lowenfield, Roxanne Myers, and Mr. Mingo are part of the coalition. Did I say that? Are we listening? Are you watching straight up? Or are you watching something else? Or you get kakai? What are you watching? I never said that they're part of the coalition. Did I? Did I say that? Did I? Oh, Father. Oh, Father. Can we say a prayer, please? I don't know. Some one of you say a prayer, please, for me in the audience. But let us continue. So they are the ones. They are the ones who are running the PPP. They are running from the elections petition. All of the elections petitions. Anil Nandalal, on behalf of Irfan Ali and all of them, rushed to the court. They then rushed to the court to say, let us open up the SOPs, let us open up the boxes, let us do this, and let us do that. They didn't do it. They are afraid. They are afraid. They don't want the elections petitions to be heard. They look for all sort of Jim Cockbring Ram Goat story. That is what they did. And that's no court case to watch. There weren't guys like Lionel Lucku and all those brilliant lawyers. Lots of brilliant lawyers in the past. We still have a few now. We still have a few now. But if we had an independent judiciary, there is nowhere on earth that the cases would have gone in the direction there. Let us be honest. If we had a fair and independent DPP, none of these things would have happened. Absolutely none. So don't give me no Jim Cockbring Ram Goat story, Sally. Don't give me that. No. Not even the comrades at Camp Street Prison right now would agree with you. And if any of them have you as a lawyer, have you as a lawyer, they will withdraw with immediate effect, Selwyn. As Wayne Caesar will make his face up. What else we can discuss? So this guy here now, he done sing his up. He done sing for his supper. They ain't care nothing about it. No clean nothing. They don't want clean nothing no more. It was just a facade. It was just basically a stage show. That is what it was. Then we're going to talk about allegations. Vice News came up on lots of allegations of corruption against Jack Dale. They don't get time with that. They don't have no time with that at all. It doesn't exist for these guys. They don't want to talk about it. And they're not going to talk about it. They're just not going to do that, guys. You know why? We all know why, right? They got to sing for the supper. They don't. They're not going to talk about this here, the fact that 2 wanted for execution of paper shards and the allegations of cover-ups and all. They're not going to talk about that. Neither are they going to talk about this, I believe, who is it? BM Sots or one of them, or another so-called security beating up a businessman who was gone, who went to pick up his money. They're not going to talk about these things. They're not going to talk about Claudette Singh being quiet. They're not going to talk about a bloated voters list. They're not going to talk about allegations of serious corruption right now at Guyana's Elections Commission. They're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about political interferences, the perception of political interference on political cases by the DPP's office. They're not going to talk about that. They're just not going to do it at all. You know why? Because it doesn't suit their purpose. They're not going to condemn this situation here. They're not. They're just not going to do it. They will not have an opinion about this. And if they do, it will be favorable to the accused. They're not going to do. So all this talk, and they're fair, and they're independent, and they're this, and they're that. Y'all don't worry about that. Y'all do not be fooled, guys. Y'all do not be fooled. Again, I say, do not be fooled. Now I'm being disrespectful. Paku is not a word that is of any disrespect nature. Disrespectful. No, hey, behave like a Paku, boy. Paku. So they're not going to condemn these things. But these are people who want to say that they're fair. They're not going to condemn what happened to this woman and others there at Success. In fact, they're going to agree with what happened. They're not. Now, let's get back to this here now. Difficult to get workers for sugar industry. Of course it's difficult. Because the PPP has no plan. The PPP has no respect for sugar workers. We know they have no respect for public servants. They have no respect for the bauxite workers, or so forth and so on. They have no respect for sugar workers. They're treating sugar workers worse than indentured servants. They believe that sugar workers are their indentured servants. And that's how they're treating. They believe that sugar workers belong to them and they are the masses ruling over sugar workers. But sugar workers, I applaud you guys. And I hope y'all shut the country down, shut quarantine down, because the PPP is disrespectful towards you guys. Irfan Ali was up at Corriverton and he attacked all kind of thing he attacked. All kind of thing. They had to get King cut a truck to bring people underneath where he named Bottom House there. And look, only a handful of people. Or was it where did he go? A masjid? Or a masjid? Is that where he went? A masjid? And ignore others? Is that the kind of politics Irfan Ali is playing? Notice what's going on. Notice what's going on. Notice what's going on in that country. Zulfikar is the third most popular person. Then he put Haq as chairman of the ERC. All y'all look what's going on. My brothers and my sisters, Guyanese, all of you, y'all look what's going on in that country right now. I say nothing further about that. But look, the fact that he starts to complain that there is no workers really. In other words, he's trying to say them by now and go walk. Majority of the guys, the sugar workers on the quarantine, no longer want to cut cane because cane is not profitable for them. These Pakus, Irfan and Jack Dave and them, they want to pay sugar workers next to nothing, give sugar workers crumbs. At the end of the month, sugar workers could hardly support their families, could hardly send their kids to school, and all manner of things. Well, under the PPP, that's how they're being treated. They weren't being treated like that under the coalition because the coalition had a plan and had respect for sugar workers. But these Pakus in the PPP are disrespectful towards sugar workers. You walk the streets, you walk from Palmyra, and I got Tildunk, or from Kanji, Shitanka, by the bridge, Kanji Bridge, and y'all got Tildunk at topside, all the way to Corriverton, and interview sugar workers. Yes, majority of the sugar workers are of East Indian descent, but they have a lot of Guyanese of African descent who are sugar workers too. All of them are being treated poorly under the PPP regime. So guess what they do? They pay their executives hundreds of millions of dollars and they give the sugar workers crumbs. So while guys like the CEO are taking home millions of dollars and they get all of their bills paid, they get gardener, they get everything paid for them. If they got Brewster's to buy ice cream, it's paid for. If they got Baroom Bar to take a look at them girl whining on a pole, dancing on a pole, taxpayers' money. If they go to Red Dragon and Peep, taxpayers' money. That is how they're living like little kings in that country. And meanwhile, the hard-working sugar workers gotta what? Get 30,000 a week, 20,000, which is just $100 US. Can they go into the grocery stores? Can they go to Port Morant Market? Y'all go Port Morant Market. Take a walk. Take a walk at Port Morant Market. Interview the people there, and they will tell you how things hard by. Even Abby Shallot now sell. Abby Shallot sit down there, and when people are passed, like them Shallot are beg, they say, how are you buy Abby now? Shallot now sell. Coconut now sell. Plantain now sell. Fish now sell. Nothing. Cost of living, according to the lady, nothing. Cost of living, I. Listen, this is not me telling y'all that the cost of living, I. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear it for yourselves.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a Fortnite man.
Things so rough in that country. You can't even get a sugar man. Because the sugar cane man no want to cut cane no more. They will tell you guys it's a waste of time. And the few who are cutting cane, they do not have an alternative. They will tell you point blank, by we got cut cane by. What else are we gonna do? There's no job, there's no creation of jobs on the quarantine. And every elections the PPP go there, them a go down to quarantine, and they're lying and lying and lying and lying to the people. Again, they are lying and lying and lying to the people. Go to Bloomfield, where the agriculture minister is from. They will tell you what is happening. They will tell you that friends and families and favorites are getting the contracts, are getting the jobs, and all sort of things. That is what they do. They do not care about the people. Go Port Morant. I go Port Morant. And y'all find out what's happening at Port Morant. The roads are not being done. The young people have no jobs. Nothing at all. Go to Blackbush Polder. I go Maybe Curie. I go Lesbiola. I go Johanna. I go all over Blackbush Polder. And you guys will hear what is happening. There is nothing. Absolutely nothing. No vision, no proper policies under the PPP regime. You heard from the teachers earlier today, right? And they were spot on. All ethnic groups represented there today. And congratulations to the guy in the teachers union. They spoke their minds. They told you their truth. They spoke about reality. That they're not being paid. They're not being respected. Not so long ago, teachers were seen as respectable people in the communities. You're passing somebody else, you say, good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, teacher Leeton. Good afternoon, teacher Claudette. Good afternoon, teacher Bro. Good afternoon, teacher so-and-so. Because people respected teachers back then. Teachers were respectable respected wherever they go. In the classrooms, tremendous respect for the teachers. But not now. You know how many teachers want to leave Guyana? Under the PPP, they spoke about, in the coalition, the PPP said that the coalition knocked off 7,000 work. Up to now, they can't show us the figures, 7,000. But it's the same coalition gave billions of dollars to the sugar industry. They had one and two fat cats in the sugar industry under the coalition too, but not as many as what is happening here now in the PPP. Almost all of them are fat cats. But under the PPP regime, thousands of sugar workers left. Hundreds of them went to the Caribbean, St. Kitts and Nevis and all over. You know how many sugar workers, how many guys left from the quarantine and go St. Kitts and all that, cutting canes? But the PPP won't want to tell you guys this. Look, man, I grew up on the quarantine. I know about the sugar industry. I know about sugar workers. I have lots of friends, their fathers cut cane. I got some relatives who cut cane, who drive cane, cut a truck. And some of my friends I went to nursery school with, primary school with, and high school with. Guess what? Some of them turn out cutting canes too. And guess what? Some of them picnic cut canes too. But you know what my friend Hardawar from Alney said? With tears in his eyes. Hardawar said, by Mark, remember mommy and daddy tell you about it? And in front of his mom and his dad, this was a couple of years ago. He said, Mark, tell mommy and daddy, me have been bright in school by. And Hardawar was a bright guy. I don't know what, but Hardawar was a bright guy. And he wanted me to convince his parents that he was bright. But Hardawar daddy, Karaila, who's now deceased, Uncle Karaila used to cut cane. Hardawar saw Uncle Karaila cutting cane. And because of the PPP's message to these folks, that nothing else not there for you do, I cut cane too. So Hardawar start cut cane. Hardwire said, me not able cut cane. Me not be one cane cutter. And he quit cane cutting and he said, me, you catch little fish. It's my friend. Late last year, I spoke with him via Skype or whatever, WhatsApp camera with our very good friend, Simone Gibson. And so what I just told you there is the truth. Nobody wants to cut cane, but the PPP forcing them to cut cane. It's as though they have no other future. They can't be anything else but cut cane. Because the more cane cutters they have, is the more the PPP will steal billions of dollars and give it to their friends and cronies and nothing for the ordinary sugar workers. Just like the teacher's pay should be doubled, just like public servants' pay should be doubled, the police and everybody, the cane cutters' pay should be doubled as well. But you think the PPP wants that? The PPP doesn't want that. That is why they are using the cane cutters as political pawns. They're using them to get billions of dollars from taxpayers so that they can put the billions of dollars in their pockets and throw little crumbs to the hardworking sugar workers. But this time around, the sugar workers' eyes are open and they are not prepared to vote for the PPP next elections. Opposition, all you get, all you act together. I ain't want to talk nothing about their Congress, at least not tonight, but they get a Congress coming up shortly, the PNCR Congress. I'm almost certain, I could bet, I get $8 in my pocket. I started with 10, I was at 9, and then now I have $8 in my pocket. I bet y'all $8 right now that the PNCR Congress is not going to be held at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. They won't be given that sort of luxury where the PPP wasted hundreds of millions of taxpayers' money that funded their Congress with police, guards, and all manner of things at the Arthur Chung Convention Center where at times parliament sit. These pacus in the PPP are a bunch of disgraceful rats. That is what they are. That is who they are. That is what they're about. They have no change into change to do better for the Guyanese people, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religion. And I'll talk to you guys about another time what is happening in Guyana and how people feel. And I'll give you guys a hint. Zulfikar Mustafa can never be the third most popular person in the PPP. Can never be. Well, why you think they have Irfan and then Modadan, Jack Davis in the middle, and Mustafa comes right underneath there. So Irfan, Jack Davis, Mustafa. Read between the lines. When you go on the quarantine, it is said that all Mustafa friends and family and those who are the mosque and all these things, they might get all them contracts and all sorts of things. Talk half and left half. That's what is being said. It is up to Zulfikar Mustafa to say whether that is true or not. But things not regular on the quarantine. The people are prepared to vote the PPP out of office. I notice some of y'all saying, good night, y'all. God, no, let me stay. We going till midnight tonight. I'm prepared for y'all. I see Rondalena begging she want to go because she's get up early to watch Kadaki show and think that I'm going to go until 10 o'clock. Is all night we going. All night. All night. We ain't coming off tonight. I ain't done yet. They all think it is at all. It's Friday night and because y'all get paid, y'all going out. No, I'll be staying home tonight. I'll stay right here with me. Let's talk about this here now. Education. Free education. These pacus in the PPP, they believe that people dotish. They want to give this impression that they are doing something to the Guyanese people. 11 billion UG student loan. This is a corruption, you know. This is corruption. This is corruption. They get some people who never probably graduated from UG. They're going to run and they're going to fill out vouchers, and you're going to see how many millions of dollars going to go. This is corruption. This is a corrupt scheme. This is a corrupt scheme, guys. Read between the lines. This is corruption. The PPP doesn't enter into anything unless they could thief. And this here, they're going to thief. Somebody said thief. But look, let me remind you guys that during the years of the PNC government, education from nursery to university, none of them ever paid for university. It was free, free, free. So there was no issue with who owes student loan and who got paid back and who got this, because the PNC had a vision for the country. They had a vision. And when the PPP got into office in 1992, by 1993, 94 early part, guess what? They got rid of free education or free tuition at the university level. They got rid of it. And most of them benefited for free university under the PNC. Most of them benefited. Jack Dale and all of them. They benefited. They benefited thanks to the PNC. But now for 23 years, plus the 4 years, 27 years, these pacus rob the nation, rob young people of free tuition at the university level. These pacus did that. And suddenly they come now, they give you some package, 11 billion. Notice they put the 11 billion till on top, you know. They put announcement, but they forget to put debt on top, debt announcement. They killed free tuition at the university level. That is what they did. And they got to, people who do not know this history, they got to be aware of it. And so to make this announcement here is not a favor they're doing to young people, is that they have deprived young people for 27 years for free education at the university level. That is what they have done. So y'all don't run and think that they're doing any favor here to anybody. They are paying the people back the money that they stole from the people. And it should be more than $11 billion. That is what they should be doing. Stop playing pussycat politics with the people. BS politics with the people. You robbed the nation for 27 years. Young people and others like Cifrez and Dennis Atwell, they're middle-aged now. They're not young people like me, because you know a young bad, right? And so they have robbed the nation for 27 years. And suddenly they want to make it look as though, oh, they're doing a favor. Go to hell. Tell Ashley Singh that. Go to hell. And tell Jack Dale and all of them, go to hell. I know you guys are getting tired. I know you guys are weary. I know you guys are getting sleepy. I know some of your data just going down and your day plan probably going away. But guess what? Because of that, I'm a very considerate person. I'm going to let y'all go. All right, I'm tired too. But before we go, this is the level the PPPs do. Check this ad out. This ad doesn't make sense. They're saying that the PNC guys are hypocrites. Who could be more hypocrites than the goddamn PPP clowns like Irfan and Jack Dale and Mark Phillips and I go for say another name, but he's still in the audience watching. Take a look at this petty thing and tell me what you think.
What we gonna do? One family, dignity, no one family, dignity, one family, dignity, no one. Sexy
That last dance, that is a clown. That is a full-out clown. Irfan Ali is a full-out clown. Which person who sits in that office, be it installed or what, will behave like a lunatic? Now, don't get me wrong, that's a dance for like Soca Paradise Days and Calypso City and Calypso Hot, I believe, and Hyrule and Love People and Tilden Ballroom and so forth and so on, right? Or Starlight or Guiding Light out in Queens too. You hit the dance floor, you behave like that. But you cannot sit as a head of state and be such a lunatic and think that it is okay. Now, we saw President Granger doing something. God, heaven knows what poor President Granger, they put all about. Look at the kind of dance President Granger was doing. Somebody got to teach Mr. Granger for dance. But poor Aubrey Norton try something. He's somewhere relaxing after probably campaigning and so forth, or meeting the people and so forth. He do anything. God in heaven knows what the opposition leader was doing. Right? They gotta name these. They gotta give these dances some name. I know why y'all gonna call Granger dance. You call it the praise the Lord dance. Aubrey Norton, I know why you call he dance. He dances like, you're ready? Let me go in a boating competition. Right? But this guy dance. This guy dance, you call it the madman dance or stupidity bill dance or something like. This doesn't make sense at all. For someone who sits there as head of state, and then this is something they're proud of. Anybody who's proud of this, something wrong with you guys. Like, what is it? Elephant Man said, "Mat sick, head not good." Take a look at this. We gotta do it again. Let you go in Camp Street. Let Irfan Ali go in Camp Street jail dancing like this. He shoe like a pimp shoe. He shot. These guys didn't get no shame. None whatsoever. No shame at all. Seriously. This is disgraceful. I could just imagine what the foreign diplomats were saying and others who were in the audience. What they had, only dotish people can skin their teeth. There's nothing acceptable, nothing down to earth about this. It shows and it reveals that some screw nuts missing from this guy's brain. That he's shallow, brainless individual. Look at this. They get some guys. Come and look at this. Take a look at this. I gotta go, guys. You know how he's dancing? He's dancing like he gets sugar in it. It's Friday night, and I may have to go to church on Sunday. But on a serious note, he dancing like he gets sugar. You guys finish the rest. He dancing, Ras Ricardo. He dancing like he gets sugar in it. He dancing like he gets sugar in it. Thank you, guys, for tonight. And I haven't completely dancing like he gets sugar in it. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for tonight, right? So he dancing like he gets sugar in it. Thank you, guys. It's been a nice night, and I'll be back Monday, same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. Wayne Caesar is going to be on with you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Wayne Caesar will be on. Come on, guys. See if go around the cathedral tonight. I bet you're going to see him there. know, come to mind, that person in Brooklyn said, oh, we love you and we respect. Oh, give me a break. Guess what? Protest continues. The boycott continues. It has to. Have a good night and be safe this weekend and prepare for Weighing Caesar tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. God bless you all, and God bless that beautiful country, our homeland. Tata.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata from City, Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Are we going to do a body man walk right now? You ready? Boxer, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk, body walk, body walk, everything. Body walk, truck, body walk, body walk, body walk, everything. Body, listen, body jump. Body jump, everything, body jump, body jump, body jump, body jump, everything.
If you don't want your because we're excited to see you here, you're coming. Hold on. You got the roti? You got to be kidding me. You got the roti, you don't want to see you. Lord. You make roti.
Take responsibility. We want you to look out for us. We do not want no segregation. No. We are one people. And if we're going to do it, let's do it together. Because we have respect for you. Thank you.